A story. A story about life. A story for lifestyle. A fascinating story that took 20 years to write. Dune. A book that consists of 3 mysterious layers intertwined. Frank Herbert, the author of the book, started researching and thinking about his story after the end of World War II and started writing the book in 1959. He finally finished writing Dune after 20 years in 1965. 3 hidden layers about the story that you need to know to get the most out of it. The first layer, being entertaining and exciting. According to Frank Herbert, the first and most important feature of a book is that it is entertaining. So, in order to make his book more exciting, he creates the charismatic character of Paul Atreides, who faces various challenges in his life. The 10,000-year-old battle between the Harkonnens and the Atreides is one of the exciting parts of this story. Second layer, Cold War. The time of writing the book was exactly the same as the Cold War period. Because of the social conditions of that time, Frank Herbert preferred to write everything in the form of metaphors and allegories. Planet Caladan instead of Western Bloc capitalism. Planet Giedi Prime instead of Eastern Bloc communist system. The first name of the head of House Harkonnen is Vladimir, which is a Russian name. As soon as Paul Atreides arrives on the planet of Arrakis, to welcome, he is greeted by a man playing bagpipes. This instrument is a symbol of the Western Bloc. Metaphor of spice is used instead of oil in the story. Third layer, how make a dictator. Others can influence us with their speech, behavior, and actions. Or in other words, they can penetrate our mind. Sometimes they even brainwash us. They make us ambitious. Maybe we really become the hero of others. But everyone has an inner demon. Sometimes he acts according to the wishes of others, and sometimes he forces others to act according to his wishes. A dictator.
Leaders amplify the mistakes. Their mistakes are amplified by the numbers who follow them without question. And charismatic leaders tend to build up followings, power structures, and those power structures tend to be taken over by people who are corruptible. I don't think that the old saw about power corrupting and absolute power corrupting absolutely is accurate. I think power attracts the corruptible.
The film's title was a result of Herbert's stroll on the sand dunes of a beach near Florence, Oregon. Before Dune came along, Frank Herbert worked as a political speechwriter. It was Denis Villeneuve's long-due dream to make Dune. He was 14 when he first read the novel and aspired to make a film out of it. Hans Zimmer is in fact such a huge fan of the novel that he declined Nolan's request to work on Tenet and chose to score Dune. Zimmer has also put efforts for a second soundtrack for the movie. He wrote original music for The Art and Soul of Dune, which is a book about the movie's making. Timothée Chalamet didn't have to audition for the role of Paul Atreides. He was Denis Villeneuve's personal choice. Timothée went to Cannes specifically to meet Denis Villeneuve when he was first intuited that Dune was finally happening. Patrice Vermette, who was Dune's production designer, only took help of Google Earth to locate ideal shooting places for filming the scenes set on the desert planet Arrakis. They shortlisted deserts in Iran, Chad, Mauritania, and Libya. However, a new problem came to light when the makers realized that Wadi Rum lacked sand dunes. The crew then collected samples of sand from Jordan in water bottles so they could match its color to another location. Frank Herbert had previously experimented with Dune-esque plot elements in an uncompleted story called Spice Planet. Director wanted to make the film with strong female characters. The screenwriter asked him, "What would be the most important thing that we should bring up front in this adaptation?" He answered, "Women." The character of Dr. Kynes was modified in the movie. In the books, Dr. Kynes is a white male, but in the movie, Dr. Kynes is a black woman. Josh Brolin, who worked with Villeneuve on Sicario, signed up without reading the script. All the environment we see in the movie are real. The director took all the actors of the film to the hot bays of Jordan, UAE, and Saudi Arabia, and the filming was done there. Because of the tough filming conditions and the weather, the actors endured a lot of pressure. The huge worm that we see in the movie Dune is computer graphics, but its movement under the huge sand is completely real. They prepared a very large platform and placed it under the sand of the desert. This platform could cause severe vibrations by remote control system. It is interesting to know that scientists and researchers have discovered a 500 million year old worm, which was a type of sandworms. The place of its teeth, which is known in the fossils, is exactly the same shape and is called Shihuludia shurikeni, inspired by the dune. Of course, its dimensions are not large, and it is palm size. The presence of Shihulud has made the science fiction part of the story more exciting. The machines that are called thopters in the movie Dune are completely real. Denis Villeneuve, the director of the film, cried after watching the impressive performance of Timothée Chalamet and the pain he suffered during filming. More than 1,000 clothes have been designed and produced for the movie Dune, which is a unique event. It also takes 8 hours a day for the makeup of some actors. Dune's official world premiere at the Venice Film Festival received it a staggering 7-minute standing ovation. The presence of talented actors and stars made the movie very special and spectacular. Many computer games have been made based on the book Dune. The most impressive, successful, and influential of them: Dune, 1992, Dune 2, The Building of a Dynasty, 1992, Dune Spice Wars, 2022. The interesting thing is that the game Dune 2 is the most influential game of the real-time strategy genre and was the most effective in the popularity of this style. Many of the elements that were introduced in its gameplay for the first time are known as the standard of this genre. Westwood Studios and Electronic Arts' successful series Command and Conquer video game series based on the game Dune 2. The Command and Conquer Red Alert game sub-series is about the battle between the East and West blocks, and the Soviet Union attacks the United States.